And here we go as four of WWE's top superstars compete here in this fatal four-way match.
Ooh, what impact!
In matches like this, guys, you learn very quickly which superstars have what it takes to truly get extreme.
Harsh impact.
Regarding Corey's point about superstars having what it takes to get extreme, I would argue that every superstar in the locker room possesses a mean streak.
Yeah, but not all mean streaks are created equal, Michael. And I'd say there's only a select few who can turn their mean streaks all the way up to the most extreme level.
Oh, straight forearm.
When it comes to matches like this, I'd say the more innovative a superstar is when it comes... Here it is, shoulders down, in position.
And she kicks out at two.
Have to put in a little more work than that.
Ooh, kick to the face.
Ooh. Now back to the ring. As Byron mentioned, innovation certainly is a key in a match like this. A competitor can't be adverse to taking action outside the ring. By no means is this your traditional contest.
No, it's not, Cole, but at the same time, you still win this match the old-fashioned way, by pinfall or submission. Both arms hooked.
Backslide for the victory!
This could be it!
And an early kick out.
He's still in this one.
This might be it!
Oh, my. Boom! If you ask me, guys, matches like this where there are essentially...
Here's Liv Morgan into the quick cover. You're not going to get her that easy.
Very nice.
Oh, the reversal by Becky Lynch.
Oh, man, Dakota Kai just barely got out of the way.
We're looking at complete domination here. Byron, you made an excellent point a few moments ago. There have been many times throughout history where superstars have joined forces in a fatal four-way match in hopes of eliminating, by pinning or incapacitating, that dominant force. Sometimes interesting alliances are formed. We saw that at the 33rd WrestleMania during the Raw Women's Championship match.
We sure did, Michael. Nia Jax dominated Charlotte Flair, Bayley, and the Boss Sasha Banks in the early going. While they recovered out on the floor, they realized for that moment they were stronger together. The decorated champions eliminated Jax after a triple powerbomb that saw all three superstars assist in the pinfall. When you're a superstar in a fatal four-way match for a coveted WWE championship, or to be #1 contender, or just to settle the score, there are times you can be in there with a tag team partner, a friend, or an ally. I don't subscribe to such things, but remember, in a fatal four-way singles match, it's about every superstar for themselves.
She doesn't want to get up.
There it is.
Did you hear that crack?
This is a treacherous match indeed, as Corey was saying. I can't even tell you how many times we've seen Extreme Rules matches result in broken bones, stitches, and even trips to a medical facility.
Yeah, but despite all those inherent dangers, these superstars still willingly sign up for Extreme Rules matches. That's what amazes me the most.
Some good technique right there.
No, reverses it.
Somebody's gonna pops.
Takes her off her feet.
That's how you eliminate somebody's vertical game. Yeah, I love the effort here, but she'd better hope she can sustain it.
Without a doubt, this is a volatile situation, guys. WWE Superstar. Always nice when a plan starts coming together.
Nailed it. Nice. Shut it down.
I think she's trying to prove a point here. Back between the ropes. She hits it. Dakota Kai brings everyone to their feet.
This is it. This is her chance.
Hard to argue Michael's point on volatility and the volatility of this match, but what I think oftentimes gets overlooked is the mental anguish that goes along with competing in a match like this.
Oh, boo-hoo. Cry me a river, Saxton. These competitors knew exactly what they were getting themselves into when they chose.
She's looking at it. Stone Cold Stunner!
It's over! Wow, she's found her way all the way back here.
Lights out.
I don't think she should challenge her.
Oh, man, what a hit.
Knocked right off the apron.
Things have gotten worse for Liv Morgan. She could be out of this match. She may not be able to go on much longer here in this fatal four-way match.
Yeah, things look bleak right now. In a fatal four-way under these extreme rules, somebody's liable to get hurt. But keep your eye out for trouble because it could be coming from anywhere.
Kai is the first ever New Zealand woman to reach this level for a reason, Corey. Her speed and her rapid striking ability makes her a threat.
Yeah, Dakota Kai's style is very quick and evasive, and it's almost an element of surprise how speedy Dakota is in the ring. She isn't easy to slow down, but that should be her opponent's first goal. Incredible! There was a lot of force behind that one.
Evaluating Dakota Kai's offense, we mentioned how the Kiwi is an elusive target. We also have to detail her striking more, Byron.
You would think Dakota's kicks would get weaker as the match goes on, but really, they only get stronger.
Something to keep in mind when squaring up with Becky Lynch is the last kicker can just as easily lock you into submission as she can realign your spine with a suplex.
That's obvious. Becky Lynch's repertoire is impressive. What concerns me the most, Cole, are her vicious strikes to an opponent. I'd say they'd cross the border of the illegal.
You gotta believe this one's over. Look at her go.
As we mentioned, something that's become a trademark of Becky Lynch is her ability to dominate an opponent in a split second. And Corey, it's outrageous to imply that Becky breaks the rules in her matches.
The first ever SmackDown Live Women's Champion wants to show that it doesn't matter who you are. When you play with straight fire, you are going to get burned.
Dakota doesn't give the impression of being hard-hitting, but she's constantly showing the women's division that her kicks contain the thunder from down under. Who knows what's going to happen? This match could go anywhere.
Michael, you described Dakota's kicks as thunderous. I don't think a lot of girls will be prepared for how hard she can actually hit. In fact, Kai's vicious strikes have made her the captain of Team Kick.
Yeah, and she'll kick your face off while having a smile on her own. Team Kick is in full effect when you're dealing with Dakota Kai.
She wants to finish this.
This could be the one that ends her.
Back now inside the ring. And she's toying with her now. Ooh, what impact. Excellent play.
Becky Lynch just too fast for her. As we've seen in the past, Extreme Rules matches create a type of hysteria that's difficult to describe, even more difficult to contain.
Gonna take a trip, gentlemen. Straight down to the... And there it is, boys.
Penny predicament. Byron, earlier you talked about the importance of timing and being resourceful in a fatal four-way match. That reminded me of the #1 contenders match we saw on Raw in April of 2017. Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, and Mickie James collided to see who would face Bayley for her Raw Women's Championship. Let's just say in the end, Miss Bliss took advantage of a situation.
The 5 feet of fury has her master's and doctorate in timing and resourcefulness. After Nia Jax sent Mickie James flying off the top rope and flattened Sasha Banks with a Samoan drop, Bliss blasted Nia out of the ring with a dropkick and pinned the Boss to become #1 contender to the Raw Women's Championship. It was brilliant.
Beautiful technique.
She's got that gleam in her eyes.
Gonna take a trip, gentlemen. Straight down. 2-on-1 face breaker. If that doesn't end it, I don't know what.
We got it covered. And the count's broken, keeping the match alive. Becky Lynch is looking for the ending. Fatal four-way action is underway here, guys.
And Cole, I can very easily see any one of these four participants winning this thing.
Vertical suplex. Nice. Belly to back suplex.
There's a lot of force behind that one.
There it is.
Did you hear that crack?
Oh, nasty impact.
Big time slam.
Vicious.
A striking blow.
Harsh impact.
Oh, what impact. There it is.
Did you hear that crack?
Nasty impact. The Fatal four-way match works like this. Four superstars are in the ring all at once. There are no countouts and no disqualifications. You have four superstars who are throwing down in the ring all at the same time, and they can fight anywhere they want to. It's mass hysteria.
Oh, what impact. She goes for the cover, and she kicks out with relative ease.
That's all right, Cole.
Arms trapped. As Corey mentioned, there's a treasure trove of weapons under the ring. Everything from kendo sticks to steel chairs to fire extinguishers. If you can think about it, it's probably under there.
And when that's the case, it's not a matter of if you're going to get hurt. It's a matter of how badly you're going to get hurt.
Oh, the old head scissor. Becky Lynch may be starting to fade here, but this certainly isn't something she can't come back from.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to be concerned for her yet, Cole. She seems to have plenty of fight left in her.
This is where we might just see one of these women pull away from the other for good.
Look at the look in her eyes. She's in the zone now. I think she's trying to prove a point here.
Liv Morgan just barely got out of the way. I think she should stay down.
Rattling. When she gets in attack mode, look at it.
Head scissors applied. Ooh, look at this.
She might have it. Stone Cold Stunner!
It's over!
Now that's how you make a statement. I think Becky Lynch just secured this match.
Of course, Extreme Rules matches have resulted in some gruesome moments over the years, and perhaps none was more gruesome than in 2012 when Brock Lesnar busted John Cena open following a vicious attack.
As Byron mentioned, Lesnar's attack on Cena in 2012 was without question gruesome. And furthermore, I don't think I've ever seen John Cena manhandled like he was on that night.
Yeah, Lesnar definitely brought it to Cena that night. But what's truly amazing is that John Cena eventually found a way to win that match.
fancy about that.
Bringing it back between the ropes.
Becky Lynch setting it up.
Ooh, what impact. That was hit ball attempt there from Becky Lynch. Quick kick out from Liv Morgan. Too soon. She's got her where she wants her.
She better not rise to the bait.
No, she's too quick for her.
Going to have a hard time stopping Becky when she's doing this. Liv Morgan just barely got out of the way.
Bulldog. Inside the ring now.
It's over! She has got to take advantage here.
I gotta say, watching this match, I'm definitely seeing similarities to the May 2016 Extreme Rules match, where Roman Reigns defended his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against AJ Styles. Every time we come to Detroit, I can't help but think back to the night Hulk Hogan body slammed and defeated the legendary Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3.
When it comes to brutality, I would agree with Michael Cole's assessment that this match shares similarities with the 2016 Reigns-Styles match. Though for me, the biggest story of that night came after. Oh, silence! It's locked in! That has got to be it.
The Irish last kicker telling her opponents how she really feels. For some reason, she lets it go.
Did you ever stop to think that she might have something else planned here?
Oh man, she's rolling now. They got him. Got the arm. Got the disarmer. Man, she knows how to make a comeback.
She somehow breaks free. But then, nice, shut it down. Here she comes on the counter.
We'll see if she can turn things around.
Beautiful technique.
What a stomp. Good grief. Takes her off her feet.
That's how you eliminate somebody's vertical game.
She's not done by a long stretch. We're looking at complete domination here. She's countering nicely now.
Yeah, a second ago, she was almost done.
Trying to turn the tables. Things have gotten worse for Becky. Get out of her way. She ain't playing. She hits it. The Dakota Kai brings everyone to their feet.
Is it enough to put Becky away? Does Becky even know where she is?
It's safe to say that
this one is over.
Cover here. last kicker on Raw.
Yeah!
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making her way to the ring from Dublin, Ireland, Becky Lynch.
Go ahead, Byron. Get head over heels. Tell us why Becky Lynch is so great.
A young lady who has prided herself on being different. A young lady who has prided herself on thinking outside the box. And she has taken that mentality to tremendous success here in WWE.
Becky Lynch should be prosecuted for improper use of the metal horns, out here dressed like something out of an H.G. Wells novel.
Here comes the self-proclaimed juvenile delinquent.
And her opponents. First, from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan.
The firecracker of the Riot Squad. One of the only good things to ever come out of the state of New Jersey.
Jersey tough. There's no doubt about that. Successful career coming in WWE.
And from Staten Island, New York, and from Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai.
Sounds like this crowd is ready for this fatal four-way match to get underway.
And at the risk of sounding impulsive, this match has the makings of being a Match of the Year candidate.
And we're underway. Fatal four-ways can be very dangerous, hence the name. A participant wants to stay out of harm's way as much as possible, and whenever possible, let your opponents do the work for you.
You have to wonder where these four competitors are mentally right now, heading into what will undoubtedly be
the cover. She's got a long way to go before she should be thinking about a pinfall victory here. What an elbow drop. Caught. The half Samoan from New Zealand, Dakota Kai, has a lot to wrestle for tonight. She's a journeywoman whose motives have changed with every country she's competed in.
When you fight abroad as much as Dakota has, you feel a greater connection with your home, a greater connection with the people you do this for. And for Dakota, that's her family.
Is that how you feel about Burke, Virginia, Byron?
Actually, I do.
The shoulders are down. She's got a long way to go before she should be thinking about a pinfall victory here.
Still too fresh.
We touched on Dakota's experience abroad, Corey. She spent 10 years getting to this position, so it's a huge deal for her. But she won't be resting on her laurels.
You're right, Cole. Not at all. A woman that's wrestled all around the world, and that global experience is sure to pay dividends as Dakota brings her talents and abilities to this big stage.
See if she has it in her. Here we go. Start the count.
Any more punches and Saxon's going to have to take his shoes off the count.
When I talk about fatal four-way matches, I always think back to the classic battle at Backlash 2007 between Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Randy Orton, and the rated R superstar Edge. The action was so fast and furious from the get-go, it served as a prime example of why a superstar needs eyes in the back of their head in a fatal four-way match.
Byron, earlier you mentioned one of the classic fatal four-way confrontations in sports entertainment history. The match between John Cena, Edge, Shawn Michaels, and Randy Orton for the WWE Championship was a highly anticipated main event. The match saw a temporary reunion of the rated RKO tag team and even saw Randy Orton and Shawn Michaels join forces to punish John Cena.
This match defined the chaos of a fatal four-way. In the end, Edge thought his spear on Randy Orton was enough to bring him the WWE title until an AA from John Cena changed that. An unexpected sweet chin music from Shawn Michaels dropped Cena right into Randy Orton. Cena picked up the pinfall victory and retained the WWE Championship.
When it comes to matches like this, I'd say the more innovative a superstar is when it comes to offense, the better chance they have of victory. Oh man, Dakota Kai just barely got out of the way.
Byron, earlier you brought up the 16 superstar four-way elimination tag team match. It goes without saying that the match is quite the scene before the bell even rings. Something else I'd like to include is that in the fatal four-way tag team elimination format, once a superstar gets eliminated, their tag team partner is eliminated as well.
That's right, Michael. Once a superstar is eliminated, their partner is also done for the night. With this much humanity in the ring at one time, it's quite possible that the match will break down into pure chaos. And before you know it, there are bodies literally flying everywhere. And remember, no countouts, no disqualification.
Of course, Extreme Rules matches have resulted in some gruesome moments over the years, and perhaps none was more gruesome than in 2012 when Brock Lesnar busted John Cena open following a vicious attack.
Some good technique right there.
Look at her go.
She's out of it, guys. Yeah, she's leaving herself wide open here.
Boom! Michael, 3 of the 4 superstars in the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match held both the NXT and WWE Women's Championships in Charlotte Flair, Bayley, and the Boss, Sasha Banks. Those resumes didn't intimidate Nia Jax, who started the match off in dominating fashion and cleared the ring of her competition, until the trio joined together to eliminate the Samoan powerhouse.
It was then the Queen versus the Boss versus the Hugger. Charlotte displayed her genetic superiority when she eliminated Sasha Banks, and that made this a one-on-one matchup between familiar foes. After a Macho Man elbow from the top rope, Bayley retained her Raw Women's Championship.
When we talk about historic WWE debuts, there are not too many superstars who were introduced to the WWE Universe with the anticipation and excitement of the Irish Lass Kicker, Becky Lynch. Liv Morgan just barely got out of the way. Now it's Becky Lynch fading a bit.
She doesn't want to take on much more punishment, but she wants to take this fatal four-way match. To elaborate on the point you made, Byron, since 2015, the women of WWE have been on an historic journey, and Becky Lynch is one of those who have sparked the women's evolution.
Look, gentlemen, I was one of the first to publicly acknowledge Becky Lynch's incredible ability during her time in NXT. I knew her debut on Raw meant big things for the women's division.
Harsh impact.
What a strike.
Real quick reminder, guys, there are no disqualifications and no countouts in this one. Anything is legal. Oh, and there are enough weapons under the ring to fill an armory.
Quick thinking to avoid that one.
You gotta believe this one's over. And a pin attempt.
Quick kick out from Becky Lynch.
Gonna take a whole lot more.
Before you talk about the ground rules of the fatal four-way match, one thing to keep in mind is that depending on the stipulation, there could be eliminations in the match, meaning that once a superstar is pinned, taps out, is counted out, or is disqualified, they are eliminated from the match. But the battle wages on.
And a stipulation can change the entire complexion of a match. As one may think, a fatal four-way can see an interesting breakdown of temporary allies. No countouts and no disqualifications means anything can happen, and it can happen anywhere.
Back in the ring now. Without a doubt, this is a volatile situation, guys. WWE superstars are dangerous without weapons. Then you put them in an environment like this, and who knows what you're liable to see. punches, looking for the ending. She's got that gleam in her eyes.
Hard to argue Michael's point on volatility and the volatility of this match, but what I think oftentimes gets overlooked is the mental anguish that goes along with competing in a match like this.
Oh, boo-hoo. Cry me a river, Saxton. These competitors knew exactly what they were getting themselves into when they chose this profession.
That kick will stop you in your tracks.
I'll tell you, watching Extreme Rules matches make me happy my in-ring days are behind me. You talk about a treacherous environment to compete in.
Up and around. DDT.
Oh, what height. When we talk about fatal four-way matches, and Corey, you mentioned this before, everyone is battling for themselves. Alliances are fleeting, and a rivalry can be conceived or renewed at any time. There are instances when friends have to battle one another if they are to achieve everything they want to in sports entertainment.
Michael, that's true. As we've seen in the past, sometimes you have friends, even members of a brotherhood, clash in a fatal four-way matchup. Think back to what we saw at 2015's Payback when Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose ended up throwing down.
The effort here, but she'd better hope she can sustain it.
We know what's coming here.
Emphatically delivered.
Here's the cover. One. And a kick out, not even close on that.
She just will not go away.
Look at the look in her eyes. She's in the zone now. She hits it. Dakota Kai brings everyone to their feet.
That's man, she knows how to make a comeback. Jeez, I don't like Becky Lynch's chances in this one. When it comes to brutality, I would agree with Michael Cole's assessment that this match shares similarities with the 2016.
She counters before it's too late.
She is on fire.
She's not looking good here, guys.
Man, she's got to get herself together here. As we've seen in the past, Extreme Rules matches create...
We might be looking. We've got to cover. One. Come on, how is she still going here?
Too soon.
She's thinking about it.
She's in a bad way here, Byron.
Don't count her out yet, Michael.
I'd have to agree with what Byron's saying. When you've got action taking place all over the arena, complete with every weapon imaginable, it's not easy to keep up.
Well, try, Cole. That's what you're getting paid for, isn't it?
Look at her go.
She's calling her out. She wants to do this in the ring.
Something that a superstar must remember in a fatal four-way match is that there are no countouts and no disqualifications. I love the sound of that. Just think of all the possibilities. The match can end up in a brawl in the crowd or on the stage or in the locker room, and there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Oh, man, Dakota Kai just barely got out of the way.
Regarding Corey's point about superstars having what it takes to get extreme, I would argue that every superstar in the locker room possesses a mean streak.
Yeah, but not all mean streaks are created equal, Michael. I'd say there's only a select few who can turn their mean streaks all the way up to the most extreme level.
Rock bottom!
That could give her the momentum she needs.
Oh, yeah. She wants it one more time.
Wow, she's fought her way all the way back here.
Nailed it.
just barely got out of the way.
And it's reversed.
Oh, man, she's rolling now.
She's countering nicely now.
Yeah, a second ago, she was almost done.
Oh, nasty impact.
Is it enough to put Becky away?
Harsh. She goes for the cover. One. You're not going to win any matches that easily.
And the match continues.
Guys, you never know what you're going to see in a match like this. And if you need proof of that, just go back to watch Daniel Bryan versus Kane from Extreme Rules 2014.
She is on fire.
As Corey mentioned, Daniel Bryan versus Kane from 2014 provided scenes we never thought we'd see. Most notably for me was Bryan. She goes for the cover. One. How did she kick out?
Wow, I thought this was over.
Splash! She wants to finish this.
She can't take any more of this.
She shows signs of life.
She's showing a lot more than that. Yeah, I love the effort here, but she better hope she can sustain it.
An area where we've seen Becky Lynch excel was as SmackDown Live Survivor Series captain. She unified the Blue Brand's women to take on their Raw rivals.
Listen, I stay objective when it comes to brand rivalries, Cole, but the Irish Lass Kicker made sure her team was prepared, knowing the Raw women were not going to back down.
Oh, man, Dakota Kai just barely got out of the way.
When we talk about Becky Lynch being the team captain for the Women's SmackDown Live team at Survivor Series, it's important to remember she won a match for that honor. Though I think...
Liv Morgan just barely got out of the way. Oh, man, she's rolling now.
This isn't going to end well.
Oh, my God. Surfboard leg breaker. 201 face breaker. Is it enough?
Look at this. One, two. I thought that was it.
Yeah, Becky Lynch's heart continues to beat loud and strong, staying alive.
He's turning the tables.
Ain't turned yet. Still got some work to do.
Look out. There she goes. What a stomp. Good grief. Oh, look at this. Oh, kicks. Bringing it back between the ropes. Back in from the floor. You can see the confidence just beaming from her right now.
If you ask me, guys, matches like this where there are essentially no rules are one giant free-for-all where absolutely anything can happen.
She can't take much more of this.
I've talked to several people who think she's bitten off more than she can chew here. I can't say that I agree. Byron, you made an excellent point a few moments ago. There have been many times throughout history where superstars have joined forces in a fatal four-way match in hopes of eliminating, by pinning or incapacitating, that dominant force. Sometimes interesting alliances are formed. We saw that at the 33rd WrestleMania during the Raw Women's Championship match.
We sure did, Michael. Nia Jax dominated Charlotte Flair, Bayley, and the Boss, Sasha Banks, in the early going. While they recovered out on the floor, they realized for that moment they were stronger together. The decorated champions eliminated Jax after a triple powerbomb that saw all three superstars assist in the pinfall.
In matches like this, guys, you learn very quickly which superstars have what it takes to truly get extreme. One more shot and she's done.
Looks like she wants to beat her inside the ring.
Don't know if it's going to work, but Becky is playing mind games now.
Corey, as you mentioned before, I know how fond you are of contests that have the no count-out, no disqualification stipulations attached to them. For a superstar competing in a fatal four-way, they have to remember that could mean being the victim of a brutal assault, and they never see it coming.
That's exactly right, Michael. Since the fatal four-way is no count-out and no disqualification, an attack can come by way of one of the opponents in a match lurking outside the ring, just waiting for the right time to strike, or outside interference, and it's all legal.
When Becky Lynch was growing up in Dublin, Ireland, she watched WWE on television with her older brother. Immediately, Becky became a devoted fan of future WWE Hall of Famers like Shawn Michaels, Ultimate Warrior, and Macho Man Randy Savage.
So many different ways this one could shake out, as is the case with any fatal four-way match.
I'd like to expand on Michael's story about Becky Lynch growing up. Becky watched WWE during the Attitude Era as well. She loved Mick Foley and Lita. They influenced her to want to enter the ring.
When Becky pursued her dream of WWE superstardom, Finn Balor trained her. Bleeding hearts would say that's a sign because they both ended.
Gonna take a trip, gentlemen. Straight down to the...
Uh-oh. Becky Lynch may have it.
This might be it. Oh, my.
What a comeback.
Corey, tell me, just how much strength does carrying your opponent around like this take?
Let's put it this way, Cole.
She hits it. The Cobra Kai brings everyone to their feet.
And there it is, boys.
Ooh, what impact.
Got the shoulders down.
Becky Lynch is credited as one of the superstars who ushered in the Women's Revolution.
Now that got those shoulders on the mat. And she kicks out with relative ease.
Wow, Becky's showing some serious heart right there, and she's still alive.
Solid contact from Dakota Kai. The women's triple threat match at WrestleMania. And will this be it? Yes. One. Where is she finding the strength to continue?
She kicked out there, but I don't know how much more she can take.
Look at her go. You gotta believe this one's over.
Boom, what impact.
I'll tell you, watching Extreme Rules matches make me happy my in-ring days are behind me. You talk about a treacherous environment to compete in.
When she gets in attack mode, look out. She reverses out of it.
And not a second too soon.
Close call there. You can see the confidence just beaming from her right now. When we talk about fatal four-way matches, and Corey, you mentioned this before, everyone is battling for themselves. Alliances are fleeting, and a rivalry can be conceived or renewed at any time. There are instances when friends have to battle one another if they are to achieve everything they want to in sports entertainment.
Michael, that's true. As we've seen in the past, sometimes you have friends, even members of a brotherhood, clash in a fatal four-way matchup. Think back to what we saw at 2015's Payback when Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose ended up throwing down.
That's how you wear down your opponent.
Nasty attack to the neck. Byron, you've seen Becky compete since her days in NXT. Would you say she is one of the most difficult superstars to devise a strategy against?
Oh, absolutely, Michael. It's one of the reasons Becky is such a feared competitor. The Irish Lass Kicker can trade holds, exchange martial arts strikes, and take to the air with the
a second time.
That was a stunner. That was the best one I've ever seen. Now it's time to capitalize. I think Becky Lynch just secured this match.
I'll reiterate Byron's point, how Becky Lynch is a versatile fighting style to put her on the offensive. But it's more than that. What do you think, Corey?
As much as it pains me to concur with either of you, but yes, it goes back to Becky's training in so many different disciplines and that she's quite comfortable letting her fists and feet through the talking fork.
She is on fire.
This could mean trouble.
As we've seen in the past, Extreme Rules matches create a type of hysteria that's difficult to describe, even more difficult to contain.
She's got something in mind. Here she goes, back in the ring now. She's got her where she wants her. I'd have to agree with what Byron's saying. When you've got action taking place all over the arena, complete with every weapon imaginable, it's not easy to keep up.
Well, try, Cole. That's what you're getting paid for, isn't it?
And she's driven down hard.
This might just be the end of the road for her.
Oh, the reversal by Becky Lynch.
Beautiful technique.
Oh man, she's rolling now.
The Fatal 4-Way match works like this. 4 superstars are in the ring all at once. There are no countouts and no disqualifications. You have 4 superstars who are throwing down in the ring all...
Is it enough to put Becky away?
Jeez, I don't like Becky Lynch's chances in this one.
I bet you feel foolish writing her off now. Does Becky Lynch even know where she is?
You gotta believe this one's over.
What a fatal 4-way victory.